There is some sort of wish, desire, manifestation that you put out there that is making its way back around to you. Okay. This feels like something that you maybe had tried to do before. You tried to accomplish or bring this into reality in the past, but because it didn't happen, you either rerouted the way that you were attacking this problem, okay, the way that you were going after this goal, you changed direction, or for some of you, you even like put a pin in it and just kind of walked away from it for a while because you were disappointed. Maybe there feels like there may have been some disappointment along the journey, but there's something about it not having been time before and it's time now. There's something about the cycle. There's been like cyclical energy behind this where you've been in different cycles. Okay, you may also resonate with this message if there have been recent lessons, truths, or experiences you've been undergoing that feel repetitive of something that you have overcome. Okay, some sort of like lesson or challenge that you've actively worked through and overcome. It's kind of like the rehashing of that coming back up is a sign that this is going to be for you, because I feel like, again, the cyclical energy is very significant for this message, where there is a cycle that has shifted, there is something that has closed out, completed, and now is the season for you to finally step into this. And it feels like this is going to be in relation to a new role that you will be taking on that feels very connected to your heart. Okay, so for some of you, this could be like going from being single to being in a loving partnership. This could also be like taking on the role of a parent, perhaps, as well as taking on a role of something that fulfills you when it comes to your career. Okay, so those are the different examples I'm being given. Take it always as it resonates. But with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom, again, I feel like you are coming out of this cycle of repetitive cycles. Like that really feels like what it is. It's finally like breaking the chain and stepping into this new era of abundance and fortune where your wish is being granted. Again, a lot of you, this could be picking up a project that you had set down before and tackling it in a new way and it being successful, or trying for a job that you maybe got denied for or rejected in the past, but you want to give it another try and then you actually get accepted into this or you receive that offer. So, let's get more information, but that's kind of like the main energy coming through. It feels like something returning because you're at an energetic alignment to receive it now. Whereas in the past, when you tried and you failed, or you thought that you weren't going to receive it, there were just certain lessons and things that you needed to undergo, experiences you needed to have in order to finally reach this full embodiment that I feel like you are accomplishing now for you to actually see this come through in your full physical reality. Okay. But let's get more information. I feel like the divine has always known that this was for you. Okay, this is something that feels like destiny. Okay, there's like a soul tie that you have to this wish, to this manifestation. That's why you feel it so deeply. That's why you want it so badly. And again, there's something about it not having been time, but now it is. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, Three of Wands, the Emperor, the Moon, Nine of Wands, and the World. Oh, let me cover that. Sorry, holding that weird. Okay, so yeah, this is going to feel like a blessing from the divine that is connected to you expanding out of your current situation. Again, this feels like a taking on of a whole new role, like horizons that you haven't actually experienced, that you're seeing come to fruition, that you're seeing in the distance. It's like you're actually able to accomplish this. You see the ships coming in with your reward. There's something about you through this experience of not getting it yet that has made you stand firmer in your own authority, that has made you feel more stability, more security with what it is that you have. Again, for some of you, this is something that you kind of like put off and you were like, okay, I guess it just isn't meant to happen. Maybe it's something else. And you started like working on yourself and being so demanding in your reality of what it is that you deserve, even if it wasn't the specific thing. There's something about you knowing that you deserve this position of authority, that you deserve to be held up to a high regard. Okay, something about the feeling that this is going to give you. And because you focused your attention on that, that's why I feel like the divine is now able to give this to you, because there are cycles that have closed out. There's been a lot of unknown and grief on your path. Okay, you've had to walk a path without knowing where it was leading you. You've had to take steps into surrender, into the timing, okay, not knowing like when or how this was going to fully formulate. But again, you still held faith on your path. You were flexible. You released some of the burden. You released some of the kind of weight of needing to have every single detail figured out. You allowed yourself to not know. And I feel like there's so much beauty in the unknowing because that leaves room for limitless potential. And this has been a very heavy, burdensome journey, okay? I feel like with the Nine of Wands, that's wounded warrior energy. It's been very heavy. It's been tiresome. again, with this cyclical energy that was coming through, because you also have the World, which again is saying massive closure of these cycles, massive closure of chapters that are no longer going to be an issue for you moving forward in achieving and maintaining this goal and desire. But that cyclical energy was very exhausting, because it's kind of like you felt like you uncovered certain layers about yourself. You started to see a pattern. You started to try to break that pattern, and then you got pulled right back into it. And I feel like this is something that you've had to consistently push through. It's like you get over one challenge, suddenly there's another one. Oh, okay, here we go again. Like, you've just been so determined though in making your manifestation come true. And again, there's something about you releasing the specifics of how this was going to come in. And that's actually why it's finally coming back around, because I feel like you needed to go through this energy of not seeing everything play out the way that you had. I think the release of control has been very significant for a lot of this collective, where it's like, you had a vision, you had a manifestation, you're like, okay, this is exactly how it's going to play out, and this is the necessary steps I'm going to take to make it come to fruition. And then your path started to like weave and wend, and you started to lose track of like where it was that you're heading. But this energy was always supporting you in reaching that destination, okay? For some of you, this is going to be like exactly what you had asked for in the past that is coming back around, because again, you're in an energetic alignment. For others of you, this feels like it is coming in a way that is a bit unexpected, okay? You, again, like you focused on the feeling, you focused on how you wanted to feel, what kind of level of fulfillment you wanted to accomplish. That's what's coming in, but it may look different than like what you have placed pen to paper on, maybe like a few years prior, okay? But for others of you, this is like exactly what you had asked for, that you started to like put some distance between because you felt heartache, disappointment that it hadn't come in yet. That is actually coming into full formulation. But yeah, with the World, this is like a massive closure of a cycle. Breaking generational cycles could be significant for you. Something about you also not allowing the challenges to deter you from the path. Like, I feel like you've really worked on overcoming this feeling of just because there are challenges, that means that I'm not like moving closer to my goal. And you've started to take that energy and actually allow it to assist you and say, okay, what's another challenge? I've been through the ringer. I've been through enough. What's another one on my path? I know that it's just getting me closer and closer to my goal. I feel like that mentality is really assisting you in bringing this into your reality. Whatever this is, again, it's going to feel very good. Like, I feel like I'm getting like overwhelming tears of excitement and joy when this finally comes in, an overflowing of emotions in the best possible way, because there's been so much that has been kept in your body that you weren't able to release because this hasn't come in yet. So you've just been like kind of like waiting, anticipating, like, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. Like, there is a part of you that started to doubt this, but again, the divine is coming in now because you've learned the lessons, you've closed out the cycles, you've taken the necessary steps, you've really alchemized the feeling of challenge and pain and allowing it to assist you on your path. And that is why there's this big reward. And again, this feels very tied to your heart, okay? There's something about you attracting this in with the Queen of Pentacles. You've grown up energetically. That's why your physical reality is going to start reflecting this back to you. And I feel like you're finally fully releasing this feeling of imposter syndrome. Through whatever this is, I feel like this is going to give you like that final breath. I'm feeling like a breath of fresh air, a breath of relief, a sigh of relief when this information comes in that proves to you that you can finally release the imposter syndrome, because this is proof, okay? This is proof that it's working. For some of you, I feel like you've been going through the manifestations, like trying to be so delusional, like Delulu is the solution, like it's gonna come in. I just have to kind of like have this blind faith. But there are times where you still doubt and you still feel like an imposter for whatever it is that you're trying to obtain. This information that is about to come into your reality that you're going to experience is going to be the proof. And you're going to be able to release this feeling of entrapment, this feeling of being a prisoner of your own mind, because again, you're getting proof that it works, okay? That it worked. This is coming in. I love you. I can't wait for you to experience this, and let me know what this might be or how this resonated, and I'll see you in the next message.